All right, I'm about to start Regents Review number 3. Hopefully everybody's doing well today. All right, so we're going to be talking about a dilation centered at the origin. And they're saying dB is d prime b prime. dB starts out at 4.5, and then it becomes 18. So I'm going to draw this even though you don't have to. So if this is dB, and it's 4.5, and then it becomes d prime b prime, which is 18, it obviously gets bigger. So if something gets bigger, the scale factor has to be bigger than 1. So choice 1 and 3 are no longer choices. Now, the formula for scale factor is new over old. So the new distance was 18. The old distance is 4.5. And if you put that in your calculators, 18 divided by 4.5, you would get 4. So that is the answer. Question number 2. Okay, we have another triangle here. Again, don't forget to read what's above the picture. Okay, we have a triangle, and it says that angle M and angle O are bisected by MS and OR. So that's extremely important. I'm going to zoom in here while I mark it up. Or maybe I won't. Not sure why it's not letting me zoom in. Okay, so I'm just going to mark it up like this. So we know that this angle here is the same as that one there, and this angle is the same as that angle. Okay, not the best markups, but it will do. It also says that angle M is 40, which they already put in the picture. This is not in the picture, TMR. TMR is 28, so from T to M to R, from T to M to R, a little sparkle in our lives, is 28. So I'm going to put a 28 here. If that's 28, this is also 28 because they have to be the same. Ultimately, they want OTS, so OTS is this right here. All right, so we're going to look at what we got. So I like to always look at the bigger picture, and that's what I'm going to do again here. So here's the bigger picture. The bigger picture is this big triangle, and we know that all 3 angles of a triangle have to add to 180. So we have these two 28s, which add to 56. Plus we have that 40, which together gives us 96. So now if we do 180 minus 96, well, let's think. We need 4 more to get to 100, and then it's going to be another 80, so this is going to be 84. Okay, which means this entire angle here has to be 84, but that 84 gets cut in half so that we can have the smaller 2 pieces. So 84 cut in half is going to give us 42. So that means this piece is 42, and this piece is also 42. Super, super sloppy. iPad mini problems. All right, so now we need, I'm going to color in the triangle that we're referring to. So we need, let's see, we haven't used green yet. I'm going to color in this triangle green here. We need the bottom left angle of that triangle. Well, we only know so far that this angle here is 42, but we do know, I'm going to color it in this, maybe just gray. We do know 2 of the 3 angles of this left triangle, so then we could find this angle down here. So let's do that arithmetic. So we know 28 and 42, which adds to 40, 50, 60, 70. So now we do that 180 minus 70, which will give us 110, which means that this angle here is 110. Now if you think back to a concept we learned in the beginning of the year, which is that adjacent angles on a line will add to 180. So these 2 angles here have to add to 180. So that means 180, I'm going to write in that glitter pen because it's just fun. 180 minus that 110 brings us to 70. which means this angle here is going to be 70, and that's the question that they were asking. So we're done with number 2. Okay, number 3. Zoom in on that. Oh, I love these from the beginning of the year. So we have an isosceles right triangle. So it's important that you know what that is. I'm going to highlight it. Isosceles right triangle. Okay, so I'm going to draw that first. Isosceles means two sides are the same. And then a right triangle means it has to have a right angle. So we know that these two sides are the same, and then there's a right angle there. It says one of the legs is 6. Actually, it says whose legs measure 6, and because it's isosceles, both of them are going to be 6, is continuously rotated about one of its legs to form a 3-dimensional object. Okay, so we're going to rotate this. I'm going to highlight what we're rotating around. It doesn't matter which one you rotate it around because they're the same legs. So I'll rotate it around this leg, which means that leg does not move. Okay, I know we always say whatever you revolve around is your height. Okay, so that means this segment right here is going to go down and around. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it is going to form a cone. So we know right off the bat choices 1 and 2 are out. Okay, so it's going to be a cone. The radius of the cone is 6, but these both refer to diameter. So if the radius is 6, I'm just going to highlight the radius so you see it. The radius is what the leg started out as. Okay, but then when it went down and around, now the radius is no longer 6. Excuse me, the radius is 6, but that's not the question. They want the diameter. The diameter will be twice 6, which is 12. So the answer is choice 4. All right, we have 2 more. Number 4. Okay. We have a regular hexagon. Now, because it's regular, that means all of these are the same. Okay, got it there on all the syllables. And then it has all of them intersecting at G. Now, we're taking ABG, so I'm actually going to write ABG right here on top. Okay, and I'm going to highlight it from A to B to G. Now that is being reflected over BG, so I'll draw the reflection line in that sparkle right there. We're going to reflect it over that line. So A is going to jump over the line and become C. B is already on the line of reflection, so it's going to stay B. And actually G is already on the line of reflection, so it's going to stay G. Okay, so now I'll highlight it in a different color. Now we're working with CBG. Okay, then, so we reflected it. Now we're going to rotate it. We'll go with orange. Now we're going to rotate it at 180 degrees. So a rotation is going to spin it. Okay, so we're going to spin it 180 degrees, which means this triangle is going to spin 180 degrees and end up there. So B is going to move and become E. So B is going to become E. C, which was here, is going to become F. And then G is the center of rotation, so it's actually going to stay G. So the answer is going to be triangle FEG. You could also do 360 divided by a hexagon which has 6 sides. So every time you rotate it 60 degrees, so then that means this is a 60-degree rotation. This one would be another 60, which is 120, and then another 60, which brings you to 180. You can think of it that way. All right, and then the last one. I don't have a compass I can use here on PowerPoint, so I'm just going to have to fake it with you. We're going to construct the line of reflection. Okay, so we're constructing the line of reflection. Whoops, I didn't mean to cross that out. The line of reflection. What you're going to do is you're going to take your compass, and I think I would choose R and R prime. or vice versa. This one was R and this one's R prime, it doesn't matter. And you would use your compass and you would put one end on R and one end on R prime. And you're going to construct the perpendicular bisector construction. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to flip the compass and you're going to do it the other way, and you're going to have the other circle like that. And you could draw the entire circle if you want, and then you would connect. You need this point of intersection and you need this point of intersection. Some of you are only showing one point of intersection. You need both. Okay, and then you would use your straight edge or your ruler. Okay, and then you connect these. Unfortunately, PowerPoint doesn't have a compass just quite yet. Maybe in the future they will. You would connect those 2 points of intersection. And this line right there is your line of reflection. Now, it wouldn't matter which corresponding points you connected. They would all end up being the same line of reflection. I chose the 2 closest to each other to make the circles fit. It doesn't matter. You would get that same answer anyway. All right, so this was Regents Review number 3. I have 2 more, and then we'll see where we're headed after that. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.